Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to talk about what's in my tech bag. So this is all my gear that I use for vlogging and basically everything that I use in making all these videos for you guys. So the first thing I have to say is this bag here. This is the Riot Bag or 15. I absolutely love these bags and I think they're really great. I've made a video about this bag already and how great I think it is. So I'll stick a card for that video up above and I'll link to it at the end of this video as well. So I'm not going to talk too much about the bag itself in this video, but more what's inside the bag. So if we open it up here, first thing you can see is I have like other bags inside here. So if I take this bag here out, this is the bag that I keep my main camera in. In here, I have my Canon M50, and at the moment I have the 10 to 18 EFS lens mounted onto the lens adapter, and that's the current setup that I'm using for this. And then also in this bag I have the Rode Video Micro, and that is the microphone that I use on this camera. So my main vlogging setup is this camera, like so, mounted on some kind of a tripod, usually either this Mini Manfrotto tripod or this Joby GorillaPod. I tend to use the Mini Manfrotto a little bit more because I just think it's a little bit neater and I think it's a little bit kind of, it's faster to use. I can set it up much more quickly. But I do find that since I've put this lens on the camera, it's got a little bit of extra weight, and the Mini Manfrotto, the ball head on it here, moves a little bit more easily with the extra weight on the camera. So this GorillaPod is a little bit more sturdy. So this is my main vlogging camera setup as it is right now. So this is my general vlogging setup, and this is how I use the Canon M50. So then the next thing, just to point out, this lens here, this is the Canon M series 15 to 45 lens. So this lens isn't really in my kit bag anymore because I've got the new lens and the bag isn't really big enough to store everything that I carry and the two lenses. So I'm using the newer lens. So if I take this bag back, the other stuff that I keep in here is I have this little mount. This sits onto the adapter for my Canon. So basically what that's for is if I'm mounting the camera onto a tripod, sometimes the hot shoe gets in the way of the bottom of the adapter and it doesn't sit properly on the camera's hot shoe anymore, because what I'm talking about basically is the hot shoe for the GorillaPod sits on the bottom of the camera fine, but a bigger hot shoe, for example the tripod that this camera here is on, doesn't sit on the bottom of the camera with the adapter. So this adapter here won't go on now because I've got this hot shoe on. It just screws in here and it basically just gives you like a foot for the camera that this will sit onto, and then you can mount this onto any tripod hot shoe. You don't have to worry about it sitting level, it'll sit perfectly. So that's all that's for. Generally I don't keep it on the camera unless I need it. It only takes a second to screw it on and off, so I just keep it in the bag here. Also inside the bag, this is a charger for the batteries. It's not the Canon charger that came with the camera. I keep that in the house. I don't really bring that out of the house, but this is one that I keep in the bag with the camera. And I also got two batteries with this, so I have them here. So I carry 3 batteries in the camera all the time. If I'm out and about and my batteries all start dying and I really need more juice, I always have this with me, so I can just plug the batteries in here. It comes with a USB cable and it comes with this USB charger here, so you can plug it into your computer or you can plug it into the mains and it'll charge up. One other little thing about this, these batteries, the pins in here push the battery up. So if you just hit the batteries in like so, they don't make contact and they don't charge, which is actually kind of a big annoying design flaw. So I just got a load of elastic bands, and I usually keep about 3 of them in the bottom of this bag, and I can literally just stick them around like that, and that's enough to make the batteries charge. So that was my solution to that little problem. And then also, and I'm gonna regret taking this out, but I have this. So this is a rain cape for this bag. So it's actually starting to rain really heavily in here now, but basically this goes over this like so in the lashing of rain, which means that your camera is protected. So that's kind of a handy thing to have, because usually I would rarely carry this just on its own. I often have it in a bag with me. I have never needed this, but it is handy to have it, because I'm sure the day will come when I only have this and I will get caught out. So I won't get caught out. So that's all the stuff that I keep in my bag specific to the Canon M50. The next thing is my old Canon G7X. This was my main vlogging camera for probably about 1.5 to 2 years. I've had this camera since 2015. So this was the camera that I used to vlog in every video until I got my M50. And this is a great little camera. This is the G7X Mark I. It's the very first one. And I have a micro muff on top, so that just kind of eliminates some of the wind noise a little bit and just improves the audio quality a little bit. And I discovered that I needed it when I was vlogging more and more, and I was getting really badly hit with wind noise. Okay, so one thing, I'm really sorry about the rain noise in this video. It's just started lashing rain here a few minutes ago, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's just the rain hitting off the roof. I'm hoping it doesn't last too long. So next up, I have this low pro case here. And what I have in this is my DB Power EX5000. This is a clone of GoPro. So I've done a video about this where I compare this camera to the GoPro Hero 3, I think it was. And again, I'll stick a card up here and I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video. But this is a great little camera, and it's a great little second camera to have in your bag, and this is great for just getting like second shots or pickup angles. And like I use this for like anytime I'm driving in the car and I'm on my own and I need footage, this is the camera that I use to get that footage, because I can just, it comes with a whole range of clips and cases. So this is the waterproof case, and if I just take it out real quick, I have this clip here and it just clips in like so. Now this has a point at the top for a tripod and a point at the bottom, and why that's really handy is that if I'm in the car and I keep these suction mount cradles, I've got this suction mount cradle from Joby, and I've got this suction mount cradle that I bought on eBay for about €2. So I've got the two of these, and basically I can just screw this on like so, and that will stick onto my windscreen, or my car has a glass roof, so I can stick it to the roof as well and get a slightly different shot that way. But yeah, this camera is excellent, and I use it all the time, as I say, as a backup camera and as a secondary camera. I've never vlogged with this camera. I've never tried to vlog with this camera because I've always had the G7X or the M50, so I would never really use it as my main camera. But it's an excellent little action camera, and it works really well underwater as well with this case. Like, this is a highly valuable tool for me for making videos. So the next thing I have in my camera bag, and again, this is not something that's in my bag all the time, but it's something that I try and bring if I know I'm gonna have a lot of waiting around to do, and that is my Nintendo Switch. This is a handy one that I can just throw in the bag, and particularly if I'm traveling, if I'm gonna be on a train or if I'm flying, I'd always bring the Switch with me. If I'm just going out shooting a video and I know that I'm gonna be filming the entire time, I probably won't have this in my bag, but it is a very handy one, and I do keep it in my bag quite a bit of the time. Probably one of the most important things that I keep in my bag is my laptop. This is what I do all of my editing on, and this is probably the most important thing that I have as a YouTuber and as a video maker besides my camera. I use this for all of my editing, and it's a workhorse of a machine. So this is the 2017 MacBook Pro. It's not the one with the touch bar across the top, it's just the standard one, but it has a Retina display and it has the 2 USB-C Thunderbolt connections, and it's a really, really great laptop, and it's excellent for editing on. I am so sorry about all the background noise. It's basically, this is what I'm in right now. So the next thing then that I keep in my camera bag, it's basically all the cables that I use and the chargers that I use in my camera bag. So I've got the charging plug for my laptop and the cable for my laptop. I keep a spare iPhone cable, and I've got this, which is actually for an iPad, or this, which is for my Apple Watch, and either of those I use to charge my phone. Then I also have this cable here, and this cable is a bit of a game changer. It came with one of my hard drives, and it's the standard USB connection into a USB-C, so I don't need an adapter to plug it into my laptop, which is really, like, it's brilliant. And then for everything else, and for if I need to plug a USB or my SD card into my laptop, I have this adapter here. And then finally, in the main part of my bag, I have hard drives. So this hard drive here I use to store media. So that's any like my iTunes music library or films that I've downloaded from iTunes. They're all saved onto this hard drive because I don't have enough storage space on my laptop to store them locally and still be able to edit. So I keep all my media off-site. This is just a backup hard drive. This is a really old hard drive that I have, and it's like 500 gigs, and I use that just for videos and for storing footage if I need it. And then these are my 2 Lacy hard drives that I use the most. So this is the one that I'm using at the minute, and this has my entire YouTube library on it. And when it's full, I will go back and start using this one. This is a slightly smaller one. I edit my videos on my laptop, and then when they're finished, I move them off onto one of these 2 hard drives, and I keep them there. So that's kind of everything that's in the main part of my bag. So this is a handy pocket, especially if you're traveling. Like, it's good for keeping your passport in, but also I keep this little pouch, and inside that pouch I keep this battery here, and that is just a spare battery for my Canon G7X. So then the last thing that I keep in this bag, just in this pocket here at the very top, I keep my sunglasses case and my sunglasses, which I absolutely will not need today because it's lashing rain. And then I also keep these headphones. So these are just Apple headphones. I keep 2 pairs. I have this pair here, which just have the standard 3.5mm jack that you plug into any device. And then these ones here are the slightly newer ones with the lightning connection. So these work with my iPhone. So that's pretty much everything that I keep in my tech bag. One last thing though that I sometimes use, and I don't have it here and I don't keep it in my bag at all, but I often borrow Elaine's 50mm lens. She has the Canon 50mm 1.8 nifty 50 lens, and she uses that when she's filming her videos. And actually Elaine has her own YouTube channel as well, and she's had her channel a lot longer than I've had mine. So I'll stick a link to Elaine's channel at the end of this video, and you guys can go and check her out. That's basically everything that I keep in my tech bag, and it's all the gear that I use to make these videos for my YouTube channel. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.